You know what the best counter to Wyvern is?
What?
THD, which is macro power on top of the quota base. They're
Okay.
dead.
Is that actually a good hero aside from that, though?
THD?
Yeah.
It can work.
I mean, if you're facing Templar Assassin, 1 versus 1 mid.
You remember? I remember it was Empire tried doing that when Dendy was playing TA a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work. It wasn't that cool.
Last time I saw it, it worked.
It sounds cool in theory, but then you're stuck with a mid THD.
Just push.
It's not that bad. Yeah, you just push.
Just push.
Yeah, it's like Dragon Knight pretty much. Like if the enemy loses the lane, you just pop your multi-form as DK, or if you're THD, you just look to fire the tower, and eventually it dies. It's okay. The only thing you lack is damage. THD only kind of gives you control and stuff. Anyway, I don't think either team is gonna pick up THD, so maybe we should move on.
Alright, Fnatic. They gotta choose what are the cores here. There's still Queen of Pain in the pool.
Skeleton Man, number 2.
Who's Skeleton Man number 1?
Wraith King.
Oh, well, it used to be Wraith King.
I was about to say, he's no longer
He's still.
Skeleton Man.
Let's be real. He's still Skeleton King.
Shout out to Skeleton King.
Pour one out for the homie.
Yeah, it's Biggie 2-pack and Wraith King. Those are the boys. Will always be remembered. The ones that died too early. Anyway, I'm not really sure why they pick up the Clinks. Maybe they kind of figure it's the same kind of game plan as the Weaver. You just have this one hero that just kills the Wisp with physical damage.
Yeah.
How did it go in the previous game?
It was okay, but I mean, Weaver did his thing. He killed Lina, Wisp, and Shaker, but then they didn't really have anything to deal with Bristol and TA, who were super farmed.
Okay.
But it seemed fine against the Wisp itself. The only problem was their surrounding 2 core heroes, I think.
I think Clink struggles though against Spirit Breaker, right? Like if the early game doesn't go well, and now it's even harder because I think it was your game that I saw was Fnatic versus you guys in the group stage, where they had like an Undying plus Bloodseeker offlane. You guys had like Clink's Rubik or something like that.
Right, that was a good game. Yep. That was the Coddle. What else was it? We had a Coddle, maybe we had a Tusk. We had some shitty ass safe lane. We just lost every lane, and then we lost like 23-2 or something.
Yeah, that was the. I think you and I casted that, Cap. Was it? No, it was me and LD.
Yeah.
It was me and LD.
Yeah.
I didn't cast any secret
Great,
games, except
great game, really. It was one of the best ones.
Jesus.
That was like when people started picking Bloodseeker and put him in the off, and it was his cancer. Because we picked like heroes that couldn't do anything, and we lost.
Alright, to no real surprise, MVP Phoenix will last ban out the Queen of Pain. Though there's no Mushi Quab. I mean, why wouldn't they have gone for Queen of Pain, 4th pick?
I guess it's just the hero that came into mind when they're looking for some good heroes. They picked Magnus last game because Quap was probably banned or something. But I hope they don't go for Magnus again. I would like to see something a bit different.
Oh,
yep. It was different at least.
Yeah, it worked well in game number 3 for Fnatic. It's a pretty heavy emphasis in late game, though. You've got 3 cores, one of which is Adusa. I mean,
He's
you
a
did
moron,
tell me
that's
to
why.
insult
Yeah.
him.
Oh, they plan to pick this too, because they banned the anti-mage before they picked up the Adusa. So I guess this was pre-planned. The only difference in this game compared to game number 3 is that instead of Darkshire Leshrac, they have the Bristol Clinks, which really isn't the same thing at all. Like Darkshire Leshrac gives you a lot of stun, gives you a lot of like teamfight control, while Bristol Clinks are kind of just physical damage dealers. They can just kind of run in there.
Yeah.
Realistically, they only have like 2 teamfight stunts. So if the Medusa pick was really good in game 3, it's gonna be significantly weaker here, I feel.
Winter Wyvern and Lion are just going to have nothing in this game. Just because there's so much greediness from Fnatic with Bristle, Clinks, and Medusa all trying to farm up.
I'm interested to see what Phoenix is gonna pick up here.
It's really weird because, like you said, there's going to be a pretty poor distribution of farm. It'll be okay if the Clinks just roams around. I actually think the Clinks actually has to be the perfect space crate for the other two.
Yeah. He plays it the way like Eternity plays Clinks, where he goes into the enemy jungle and immediately starts like taking away some of those camps and trying to gank here and there. But he mainly just farms up the jungle until he sees an opportunity.
Fear does that too, where he rotates super early from the safe lane to the mid. Because the amount of physical damage that you can output in the beginning, once you eat a creep, is pretty high.
And then if you do that, you can maybe give Lion like the lane to be able to pick up his level 6 and start working towards Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
Because they're going to need that extra initiation, and it's the last pick of MVP Phoenix, which is the Drow Ranger.
It's kind of a weird pick because they only have 2 heroes that directly benefit from the Drow. Usually when you pick Drow, you already have like maybe a Visage or something that's like super good with the hero.
The Wisp doesn't even benefit from it.
Yeah, because he won't auto attack a lot.
Yeah.
That no churn rate though.
But they did need some early game pushing power, right? Like, you can't go late game against Fnatic pretty clearly, so what else would have really been left that would have given you that kind of pressure early?
I guess Drow is okay against Medusa in the long run. You just kind of sit there and hit him, and eventually you have a lot of damage on Drow. Especially you have like space creators like Spirit Breaker and Undying that you just kind of run in there. Create chaos for you to auto attack. It could be okay.
Already breaking down some of the trees. MP is going to be our mid here against the Black Dusa. He'll have a Wisp pairing up with him, probably just stacking up mainly.
It should be okay for the Drow, as long as Wyvern doesn't mess with him too much.
And even then, you've got the Wisp to be able to heal you up. That happens. Yeah. So then we have an off-lane Mushi Clinks that's going to be facing up against the Lina, and then an aggro dual lane of Undying and Spirit Breaker, though I presume Undying is just going to move to wherever he's kind of needed.
Yeah.
They're going to try and sandwich this one. Light Strike Array goes on to Black. They already start getting out some damage. MP is slowed down. Mushi comes in from behind. He does go for Searing Arrows first to give him the extra damage, but with the Wisp Tether, they'll have the movement speed necessary to be able to get out.
They didn't get the bounty rune though on QO, and they took so much damage on everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually that's going to be mid against the Drow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
this should be fine.
He doesn't need the bounty rune necessarily. And they got it on the Undying, which I kind of like. Just the Undying getting to level 2. So you can start really putting pressure early on with the Decay Tombstone ready to go.
I actually think the Undying should just rotate bottom right now.
Yeah, he has to go wherever the supports are, right?
Yeah.
He already bought TP, so he's getting ready to move.
Yeah. And this is going to be a pretty dangerous tri-lane when they have the Undying here. Light Strike Array already landing on Ohio. They can actually slow him down a lot. He doesn't have Arctic Burn. Already the Hex goes out, but Ohio will look over the trees, health potion up. He's going to be good. He starts coming around these heroes. QO is actually going to be able to deny himself to neutrals while Febby picks up the kill. Febby even getting away. No! The last couple of right clicks follow him to his death. So in the end, they get first blood, but they only give away 1 kill. The other one was a suicide to neutrals.
That underrated Wisp draw damage.
I've got him plus 6 damage, yep.
That was enough.
It's enough. That was good for MVP's late. Ohio kind of overstepping there. His Q wasn't cool, so he's essentially just useless as Wyvern on level 1. So kind of misplaying it.
Why didn't Heem just TP down? Instead he just ran all the way.
I think he wanted to mess with Medusa mid to make MP's life a bit easier. He went over there and did at least 2 decays on the Dusas.
Is that a Dusa favorite lane? I guess neither of them can really kill each other, so they should just trade farm.
I think Dusa has advantage early, then once Drow gets damage.
Did you just get bashed?
He just... March just bashed him twice to the face. March is racking up a lot of those quill sprays.
Overall, though, I think Fnatic has better lanes this game. The Crystal.
Oh god, that was not the play to man up. That's extra 50 range. 70 range? No, 30 range. Mushi had just enough to be able to get off the last flaming arrows to kill QL.
Wow, I didn't even know that Clix had that much range. You know?
Yeah.
Learn something new every.
They're doing a lot right now to pressure this mid though, and these lanes are pretty exploitable. Like MVP needed the laning phase, I think, to go a little bit better than it has so far.
Yeah.
Just because with the core like Dro, you really need to be able to protect her in the mid game.
I think a lot of it's because the Undying has to preemptively kind of read where the Fnatic sorts of supports are going to be at. Because if he's bottom and the supports aren't there, he's not really useful because Mushi is still like an invis hero and they don't have a direct stun to stop him. So like he's fine. And then if he goes middle, it's kind of like soaking experience. That's awkward. So he's kind of always know where the supports are going to be at and try and counteract them.
It'll be okay though, I think. If the Undying gets some levels, like their 5-man is still really strong. They're just not getting levels on anybody. Yeah. I guess Fnatic are in a similar position, but I think it's more important for MVP to play the experience game than it is for Fnatic.
Yeah. What's been Undying are both heroes that kind of need their levels in the early. Like even more so than Lion White, I would say. So right now being gimped on through their supports kind of slows them down, as you said.
Mushi's just training hits with QO too. QO actually can't really fight this.
It's a tough fight. He really needs the...
He's a full medallion.
Wisp is just focusing on stacking, so that will be an advantage that they should have over the Dire side. Looks like they've just got one hard camp stacked and that's it.
They're gonna go for the Spirit Breaker up top, but I don't know if he dies.
Got the Hex as well, so even once he starts charging, bounce back. Oh, wow. Net. He tried to hold on to the Hex until after he charged away, but he was too close.
Yeah.
And immediately got bashed.
I think if you use Hex after the stun, I think he dies.
Yeah. Because Ohio has Arctic Burn going. They definitely have enough damage, I think, to kill him.
Now March is going to come right back to lane via charge. And he's about to pick up his level 6 too, so he'll probably be able to put some serious pressure on like the Clinks and the Medusa.
I think maybe they could make a play it when Breaker gets 6 and they just go mid. Because neither of the Fnatic's hero, Fnatic's heroes can't really rotate to mid, I think. I don't think Wyvern has the levels to be effective once he goes mid.
Do you think he has damage though to kill him?
If there's Undying, Draw, Wisp, and Breaker.
That's a lot of heroes.
There's a lot of heroes, but they don't really have anything better to do anyway. And Black is being charged, although it's kind of a wonky timing.
Yeah, they don't have Frost Arrows either. So he has the ultimate, he's going to pop it. Black has his ultimate as well though, actually runs out of mana at the last second. Still, without the Draw Ranger.
Yeah, I think it definitely does though if Draw's there, but Draw had a creep wave at his tower, so it could really come in.
She can also Gus Black when he decides to be greedy and not have his mana shield popped.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They might have enough damage to do.
QL being shadow tiered by Mushi, does get spotted out by the wards and counter ward.
Yeah, they don't really have anything to deal with this Clinks right now. Only the Spirit Breaker can kind of stop this hero right now. Dedicated just have to go on mid.
Should they be putting Undying top lane? Because I feel like the Spirit Breaker would be more effective if he was off map.
Yeah, that's probably a good move. Undying can get levels up top, but Wisp sit in the bottom lane and get levels.
Because with the Spirit Breaker being, you know, showing him his face at that top lane, like both Medusa and Clinks are both kind of like, eh. You know, unless there's a Spirit Breaker there ganking him, they're not gonna die.
And Bushi's playing like really aggressive in mission too. So if Spearbreaker's off the map, he's not showing the top lane. She's not going to be able to do these things.
I like this aggressive build though, the medallion on Clay.
It kind of just eats away at the Lina, I think, and the Undying. There's so many low armor heroes on the side of MVP. So when it comes to fights, he's going to do a lot. And it's just a cheap damage dealing at him too. And it gives him the option of roaching as well.
Alright, Febby's doing roach.
He just got dragged alongside the Spearbreaker into the roach.
So sad, actually. It's just full health and then one is tethering. Just...
Yep. I don't think March, like, that was a pretty obvious place where he charged through. Like, he actually charged through middle. So they knew he was coming.
And right away we see Mushi going up, since Spearbreaker left the lane.
And they're really focusing on getting levels on this Spearbreaker.
I like that they're doing stacks though, because the game has been pretty passive so far.
Yeah.
And if the Spearbreaker's not able to create space, then you might as well just be a little bit more efficient than the enemy team. Mushi does so much damage.
That early medallion doing its work.
Yeah, I mean, Spearbreaker has a lot of armor as a hero. With the medallion, he's down to -1. And Clinks just eats him a lot. I kind of worry for MVP as it is now, because Undying and Wisp are not doing anything in this game. Medusa's doing okay. They're gonna die?
She's meant to be a little bit behind in farm, I think, too, from the Drow. Because once the Drow hits 6, it's pretty hard to LS hit her.
Even early on, the Drow Ranger definitely had a damage advantage over the Medusa, just based off her precision aura.
Yeah, and the Medusa has to be careful too, because he can't pressure up because he knows that the gank from the Spearbreaker has potential.
Yeah.
And they're going
Charge
for
on
mid
Mushi?
right now. Do they have dust for this? Yeah.
They're actually charging all the way in here, but Mushi still has his death pack going, so he's plenty tanky. MP pushes back net, and March also get away. They force TPs. That's good.
Yeah, it was 2 TPs, I think. So good.
Mushi trying to track down the Spearbreaker. Finds him in the form of a bash.
I'm looking at Bristle's items, and he's gone for the buckler first, along with the headdress. But he hasn't picked up treads yet, which I don't really like. I think treads is like the best back item there is. It just gives you like so many more quills if you actively tread swap for the quills. So I think treads are like the best item to get, even before the mech. With that said, he has enough gold to just finish the mech.
Kyo's getting pretty close to his Yule Scepter. That might just be a sign for them to start getting aggressive.
Oh, they've got the charge. Mushi, they missed the Light Strike array.
This is so weird for Mushi, because he knows that he's caught. If he goes to the... he can't TP out, and he can't really go on Q either. Like, Mushi's just dead. Yeah. That's such a weird position to be in, because he's nowhere near anybody. He's not really sure what to do.
Why didn't you try and run the tower?
I think it was way too far at that point. Yeah. I think the play actually there is just to fight QO, and hope that you can pop him in time.
And that goes back to what you said earlier, with them having 3 cores, and Clinks kind of has to be the guy to make the space for Bristle and Medusa. It's going to naturally put him at risk against a hero like Spearbreaker. He's just going to run into us as soon as he sees you. So.
Wills is done. So QO will have a lot easier opportunity finding the...
But who does he even pick off here? Like, the line and the Winter Wyvern will be together, and if the Clinks has the death pack going, I don't think he can blow him up by himself. And Bristleback won't take any damage, nor will Dusa, really.
I mean, he can just keep farming with the Yules. He doesn't have to just completely change his game plan and just go for kills. He can just keep farming.
Zai, when a Spearbreaker is getting as much farm as he is, like, I feel like March is spending a lot more time in lane than you would see from most Spearbreakers. What do you go in a game like this? Because normally it's like Midas, right? But you also want to keep the pressure up as much as possible.
Oh, it's 3-man smoke.
Oh, this is going to be awkward. 3-man
them all.
push back Tombstone. Still no move. He's there trying to take down MP, but fortunately March comes in just in time, plus the heal. Looks like they're going to try and take away the rest of this stack via Both Black and DJ. And they'll be successful, and MVP had no response.
DJ's such a weird name.
Yeah.
I don't know, he named himself.
Yeah, for whatever reason, Chrissy wants to be known as that, I guess.
Although I admire people who have like creative nicknames.
It's because his name is Dargel. It's like DJ or DL is how you spell his name.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh well. Each to his own.
What?
Each to his own.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell's Zai?
I don't know.
See, at least his means something. Like part of his name.
Alright.
When did you first choose the name Zai?
That was like... I used to have an older nickname that was like Zai. And then everyone just called me Zai.
Oh, Bushi! He's been popped. March, he ran right past that counter ward. Got the nether strike on him. They didn't even need Laguna Blade, so they can keep on going if they want to. Yule Scepter, they're going to go for the Bristleback here. Light Strike already lands, but Bristleback does have his back turned. There's the Winter's Curse as well. So they're not going to try and fight it. Middle lane, Means waiting for his opportunity to throw out the Tombstone. It's net, silent up, MP just goes to the tower as quick as possible. They get it, relocate out from behind. Nicer spike though. Controls some of these zeros, takes out the Wiz, Q-Go, turns around, but he managed to get hexed up. Still doing the Mask Madness MP. Keeps on going. Tombstone on top of DJ. They're going to be able to take him out. Winter's Curse is coming though. No, DJ actually survived. Now QO dies to MP's right clicks. The DJ, he still keeps on going. Draw Ranger coming back, trying to go on DJ, but he managed to get the Cold Embrace. The Mask of Madness, and now double damage. Black's going to be able to get that kill. Now pops the ultimate as well. No escape for MVP Phoenix. March might be the only one who escapes here. He's got to charge up, and we'll head out to the top lane, so he's good. But MVP Phoenix get way too aggressive, choosing to fight too long around that tier 1 area.
Yep. Just MVP things, I think. Just the casual tier 2 dive. It's not really a play to be made. You can't really go on the Bristleback like that. Dedicated relocate for the Bristleback. Like, even if there's only Lion there, Lion is completely. It's like enough to completely turn the thing around. If there's a Wyvern there as well, which we saw when he came later, you know he's gonna die. So, just taking unnecessary risks, I think.
They probably could have just waited after they got the kill on the Clink's bottom, and they took the mid tower for free. They probably should have just been okay with that. It's not like they're massively behind or anything. Like, their Drogus is getting a ton of farm, so is their Lina. They were putting pressure on the map, and the Clink's item progression has really fallen off. I feel like if they just played passively there, they're fine, but they give the Medusa so much as a result of that bottom fight.
Yeah.
And again, they're charging on DJ, but I don't actually think they can kill him without either Ags or like a Silver Edge on...
Please don't go March.
I don't think this is a thing.
Alright, Dick Byrne is a response from Ohio, but with all these heroes behind, that would have been disastrous. Net worth-wise, what do we got? 1,000 gold lead for Fnatic right now, and about 3,500 experience.
Yeah.
Still very even.
It's fairly even. Of course, the only difference I think is that Bristleback as a hero, the amount of farm he has right now is kind of he doesn't really have to be afraid of anything that MVP has going for them right now. While even if MVP has 2 heroes with like 6.6k net worth, this hero could just run in, which is why they can press their advantage.
The response, though, I like this. MVP Phoenix are immediately going and split pushing with the Draw Ranger, looking to take that top lane. Plus, could use a little bit more farm, almost has that level 2 marksmanship.
Once he gets that too, they can probably push for a lot more towers. And I think the split push game is okay from MP. Like, he does so much damage to towers.
Yeah.
And he's more independent than this Medusa is. The problem is, like Zai said, you actually have to be so far ahead of the Medusa in net worth. Because the Medusa can just sit there with mana shield, tank all your damage with just like a Yasha and an ulti.
Oh, did he push him up? Oh, I thought he was going to push him up on the cliff with that charge. They're going to start working on Roshan though with all their minus armor. Viscous Nasal Goo, Medallion, and the double damage on Black. It's going to go down pretty quickly. If MVP want to be able to intercept, they have to go in right now. Ian leading the way is going to try and drop the tombstone, but it's too late. Charge comes in, but Aegis already picked up by... Oh, Winter's Curse actually gets laid out. Meanwhile, the Hex, they do control it. Going to try and pop. Meanwhile, the ultimate out from Black. Not really doing too much. MVP Phoenix are on full retreat at this point. Yule Scepter and Skiwo trying to get away. Nice heal, and DJ will go down. He loses his Aegis. Meanwhile, Mushi, March, actually pushing back the rest of these heroes. DJ's going to be left alone without a team. And she does so much damage. But March is just doing so much work against these three heroes in the back. He even gets Mushi. He turns around, tries to go for DJ. The Cold Arrow slowing him down. Cold Embrace coming forward. MP, Febby, they're actually going to go for these other heroes. Ohio's going to be the target. Febby wants to go for that. Well, MP turns around and goes on the Bristleback some more. And sure enough, Febby manages to finish off that Winter Wyvern. What a great fight for MVP Phoenix despite the Aegis advantage.
Yeah, I think that's it all comes down to like the power of Undying in the rush pit area. Like his tombstone is just gonna create so much chaos if you put it on the hill, because no one can actually kill it. So you're just gonna end up fighting for its duration.
They were also fighting in the high ground where they had no vision, so the Lina was able to just kite them infinitely. And so was the Drow. Like, that was such a weird disconnected fight. And I actually think March played that really well.
Oh yeah,
because he just went in. The rest of his team played the high ground.
When he went in, he just like he ran into the Roshan. I don't know where he was. He was like over here.
He hit the lion, but then the lion blinked.
He charged the lion and like blinks. So he like ran into like a triangle almost. He ran like this.
Yeah.
And he just like stunned 4 heroes in a charge.
Then my favorite part is like he went back and then like got a 3-man charge and pushed all these 3 heroes up the cliff area. And kept them, and then he got another charge which stalled them up when they tried to save the Bristleback. He just bought so much time for his team to just sit there and lay on that Bristleback.
If he didn't do that, they would have just killed Q immediately, because Q only had like 300 HP that entire fight, but he was able to refresh his spells like 4 or 5 times throughout the fight, which was what allowed them to kill the Bristle. And the Drow with the Wisp, just, you know, the Bristle is pretty tanky, but she actually deals so much damage right now.
I hope DJ identifies that or acknowledges that the only thing he's dying to right now is like Drow and the auto attacks. So I was gonna say instead of going SOY, he's gonna go Halberd, but
yeah,
whatever.
I think that would have been actually quite nice.
Yeah, like if he goes Halberd, Bushi goes Soul Crest. I don't think he ever dies before they get MKBs. But
does MP continue to stay really greedy and go damage focused, or does he have to go BKB because Blink on the Lion?
I think he can't afford to go BKB this game.
It just will stall up his damage too much?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
There's too many things too that cut through it, like the Stone Gaze, and you've got the Winter's Curse. Like he'll go down pretty quickly to physical damage anyways. So I actually think he just relies on Febby in the front line of the Spirit Breaker.
In which case that Halberd would have been all the more effective. If you know that
He was coming in and
March creates some space. Tombstone gets laid out. Mushi immediately starts dealing with that one while Black keeps the rest of the heroes back with Stone Gaze. There goes the Tombstone now. MVP on full retreat. The Stone Ball. Febby trying to save. March Light Strike around. They blown up Black. Nice play there from QO. MP trying to get away from DJ. Yule Scepter buys him some time. Light Strike Array stuns up 2 in fact. He goes up alive now with these Spirit Force. No,
he's still not dead.
He's still not gonna die. Febby keeps him alive. The heals come through. And now
I wonder if they're gonna see Mushi.
Relocate, Mushi.
Oh.
They see him, but it's too late.
all right.
Well done.
Honestly, you know what it is? It's that the Winter's Curse and the Stone Gaze don't synergize well together.
Yeah, right. That's the god comp right there. You just need to see it in action, and then you'll change your mind.
I mean, because he's Winter's Cursing, and then none of his teammates are attacking him because they're Stone Gazed.
Oh, Ohio.
They're gonna kill him. I don't think anybody's nearby enough.
Yeah.
If there was gonna be a response, it would have been sooner. And with the cancel TP, they might actually just keep going.
Yeah. Oh, he's actually going Shadow Blade on MP.
Yeah, I was about to say that earlier. If he goes for the Silver Edge, it's probably really good this game, because then he can actually just kill the person.
Alright, March has a Solar Crest now.
That's going to make MP so tanky. Or if he's the one drawing all the attention on himself, him so tanky.
You asked me earlier what the best item this game for Spirit Breaker would be, and I think March with the Soul Crest probably found the best way. Because he's not gonna auto attack anyone. He's just kind of creating space for his 2 cores. So if he just like enables stuff with the Soul Crest, it's gonna be really good for him.
This is gonna help so much too, and it's kind of crazy because Mushi, we saw him have such a good start, but because he has to play this almost like 3 position role, he has like no item progression, and I think with a hero like Clinks, you absolutely rely on snowballing because he just has nothing. Like he's not providing anything in these fights anymore. Like it mainly just comes down to whether Black can deal enough damage in the Stone Gaze. Will determine whether they win the fights or not, and
yeah.
They are about to get a big upgrade on him. The Scotty is soon to be finished. He's about to get the 2nd ultimate orb.
Yeah, but you've got enough damage now, I think, to deal with him. Like in the previous,
I think so too.
In the previous matchup, they had 0 burst damage, and their physical damage was really reliant on melee. But this time around, you've got a Drow that can just disengage repeatedly, and they've got the burst damage of Kyo, who's about to have 16, and he'll get his. Okay, he's not getting Ags.
I think Blink Dagger's fine. He just kind of has to play this keep away auto attacker in this game. As you said before, he just has to cat around and use his spells repeatedly. He deals a lot of damage with the aura and his passive, so as long as he stays out of harm's way, and just keeps auto attack, it's gonna be really effective.
And as
Well,
you
he
said,
sold his blink. Yeah.
He sold it? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like it, especially when he already has Heal Scepter. Like as you said, if you're going to be playing Keep Away so much.
I just think the Ags helps a lot, especially with bursting down the. I feel like without the Bristle alive, Fnatic actually can't fight MVP.
Yeah.
So if you get the Ags on him, the Silver Edge on your Drow, then you can pop him pretty quickly.
Double damage on Lina, and just got that level 3 Laguna Blade, but MVP still want to farm up some more. They do have the Shadow Blade on MP. Are they going to wait out the full Silver Edge and the next Roshan?
No, he's just going to disassemble.
Oh, you're right. I forgot he had SNY.
Yeah, let's... Where's the Bristle when it comes to BKB? Okay, the Bristle on Blink Dagger to get on top of somebody, but he's actually just going to get destroyed now.
Yeah.
Like, he needed a BKB or an armor item.
If he bought that item before they lost the previous team fight, it would have been okay, I think. But now, I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he really wants to get on top of the draw.
I think Drow Ranger was hiding that Silver Edge.
Oh, MP, he's gonna get caught.
Please relocate.
Relocate. Febby is on the way, but the Winter's Curse actually solves him up. MP though, in the Shadow Blade, they're getting away. Joss now have to turn it right front. He's gonna be gone. He's staying alive. Febby's still keeping him up.
Oh, he's not dead.
He's taking out Ned, and now DJ is gonna be kited around. Black and Musher sitting on the low ground. The Stone Gaze going for Black as best as possible. MP playing hiding Kings, but DJ managed to catch him with the Blink Dagger. Now Black, he's fighting up against 3. DJ's beating QO as best he can. They get Black in the end. Can they turn and fight against DJ? Doesn't look like it. The Zombie and the Space Cow gonna try and get out, TP away for one, charge away for the other. They will escape a 3-for-3 there, and it feels like Fnatic actually won that fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's like these 3 games, there's been so many relocates that should be free, but Febby just kind of rushes them. Like, it's just, it's hard to look at because they should be, in theory, these kills should not be happening because Febby can just relocate the draw out and then nothing happens. But instead, they end up losing so many heroes because of some misplays.
If he gets that relocate off, I actually think they just dominate that fight. It's not even very close. Because the Drow was able to deal... He actually just solo killed the Lion and brought the Medusa down to like half by himself. If he's able to survive for even like a third more HP than what he had, I think they just turn and destroy that fight. Because he had to use the Silver Edge to kill the Lion, which is like really inefficient. That's not what he wants to use it for.
Yeah.
But he was trying to avoid getting chained up. And so I think if in a straight 5v5 fight, if Febby is able to reset the fight, then they should be able to dominate.
But now they've lost at least a little bit of that advantage with the Silver Edge being revealed. DJ has 1,700 gold after that fight, so he can start working towards the BKB that we mentioned earlier.
You might not even go BKB and just go for like Sivas or something.
I think the armor is actually better, especially when the Lina gets an Eggs.
Yeah.
Like you probably just go for armor straight up.
Like there really aren't that many things that BKB prevents in this game.
Link Shiva sounds legit.
It's better. I think it's better than, because I think if you had gone the BKB immediately, it would have been okay. But once the items start filtering in, I think the time is starting to pass,
Right.
where it's going to be useful.
Okay.
CMP trying to sneak a rush, but
Yeah, they know. DJ immediately jumps on top of him, force back, but now jumps immediately afterwards. Bevy comes in. He's trying to keep MP alive, and it looks like he's going to be forced to relocate, but he's too late. Draw Ranger dies, the Tombstone's gone, and now QO's going to be locked in. He was just about to throw out a spell, but now he's frozen.
He's got to get the suicide out.
Yeah, he gets the Bloodstone Suicide. Keen, oh my god, he doesn't even get out. A relocate, TP out, relocate back in. Bevy, he needs to tether way to the side. He's got March. No, he goes to the creeps, TP's out, but now it's going to be Roshan for Fnatic.
Yeah, time there too, I think.
yeah, I mean it's just decision making coming into play. He wasn't really sure if the Jarl was gonna survive if he just healed him up or need to relocate him. And then as a result, he like kind of hesitates, and the relocate is too late.
Now we have an Aegis on our Bristleback, so we can just freely dive in, catch out the Draw Ranger with no fear.
They've just lost 2 consecutive fights in a row, and the Bristle's getting huge now. Like,
Yeah.
there was a time period where I actually think MVP were super strong. Like, as soon as they got the Silver Edge, and the Bristle decided to go for the Blink, I think that was just a really nice counter. But they immediately took the fight to MVP, and they just had better engagements overall.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually think, like, if Fnatic loses that fight, then MVP just takes so much control out of the map and the game. But now things have become really tough.
And they might gun this pistol top if just gets the charge.
He's already running. They're actually going for bottom right now.
Oh, they tried to get him, but they don't have any counter vision. They had to lead with the silence. So missed opportunity.
I think they still might go on Bristle if he shows himself on the top lane maybe. I'm not sure if he will. And March is already charged, so that matters.
March is going to try and complete his BKB. There's the Blink Dagger for the Clinks now. How much time do you get MVP Phoenix before this game becomes too much, right? Because Draw Ranger strats naturally going to stall out over time. And then you're facing a very good late game squad in Fnatic.
At the same time, I don't think MVP's late game is that bad.
Okay.
I think Draw's only problem in this game is getting overwhelmed by the Bristol and the Clinks with their big bag.
Oh, they get silence up.
quickly
They
they kill
kill
him.
DJ. There goes that Aegis.
The
They
team
gonna
is
stick
filtering
around. Oh, I don't know. Sticking around is the play here. They're going to try and go for him a second time, but they don't have that burst damage. Now comes the ultimate out from Black. MP trying to run himself out. Goes for the silence.
He's okay for now.
He's slowed down so much. Now Nat managed to get the Hex. Debbie's still there, ready to go with the relocate if necessary. Keen's right in the middle of
Stonegaze is
everyone.
dead
Turn around. March gets off the ultimate. Bevy still waiting on that relocate. They're getting slowly but surely damage on DJ, but he has to relocate down to the safety. So right-hand side, they manage to take out Mushi. Gets net as well. QO is on a double kill spree. Now he's going to move for more. DJ actually gets a blink away with the haste rune as well. March,
17% for your life.
If you can hit the charge so many times. Oh, he's just TPing out.
But look, as soon as they get MP out of the fight and to safety, they commit so much to kill him. Like this is if they had done this in any of the 3 fights or were able to, this would have been even more dominant. Like that's all they need is to reset the fight and allow themselves time for MP to kind of regroup, because they commit so much to kill him. And during the Wisp heal too, it just takes so much, and all you have to do is save him, reset the fight, and let QO deal the damage. Like QO is actually maybe even more dangerous than like a straight up engagement because of his ult.
Yeah. And they do that, right? Like, Fnatic continue to pursue because they don't have a choice, right? They have to force the relocate. If they turn around, they're just going to be kited by the Draw Ranger.
So what happened there was when Draw Ranger or something were on the lineage, they end up splitting up. Bristol and Medusa both chase after the Draw and Wisp. Then they end up with 3 heroes that are still out here. and then 2 heroes here. So they're split up, and they end up dying to the Spear Breaker Lina and combo, which has killed 3 other heroes. Because they can't really do anything once their 2 tanky heroes are on the... When they're not close, they're just gonna get overrun. So,
who is the winner's curse used on? Did you see?
I did not see, but it was probably not coordinated with Bristle and Medusa. It's probably used to save clumps or something.
Alright, so you got the plate mail now on DJ.
Oh no.
Oh, what did that have on it?
Talisman of Evasion and a Mystic Step.
Oh, that's
Take off in Ohio, though. They get that.
They don't have vision of this high ground area, but MP's gonna move in. Do they have any vision of this? No, they don't. Like, Ned might actually just go down, and MP's pushing forward.
And silence. They don't have the ult scepter just yet. Black actually turns and fights, knows they're not going to be able to get away, so he starts focusing on QL as best he can. MP tanks the stone form, now keeps on going. March, he's stalling off the rest of the Fnatic so the rest of his team can move forward. Even if it does cost him his life, it may be a great fight, especially with the relocate board. They want to be able to get in front of this Bristleback, and they're successful. And they're also going to catch the Medusa on the side. Yule Scepter, Black knows he's dead. He just goes for the kill on Febby, but he will not get it. MVP win that fight handedly. 4 heroes go down, and all they lost was March's Spirit Breaker.
March is playing so well right now. Like, you're only going to see his score or something and say that he had a bad game or he wasn't actually that useful. But the way that he's setting up these fights for his team, like, he's pretty much barreling into 3 heroes by himself every single time. Then they overcommit for him, and then the rest of his team deals damage so quickly.
NP, Winter's Curse, can they actually take him out in time? Oh, no, he's just too far forward, and Bevy wasn't there to save him. He thought all he needed to do was heal him. Oh, he actually didn't have relocate anyway. QO managed to get out. And Bevy, TP away, he'll be good as well.
Yeah,
but
it's not that bad for MP. They forced out the Dusa buyback.
Yeah.
It went really good if Jarl didn't die. It's not the end of the world.
Oh, now they've got a counter blink Shivas from QO.
Yep. Yeah, that's like the most undervalued combo in Dota, I think. Blink Shivas. Gives you a lot in terms of initiation and stuff. If I remember correctly, it's what it was like speed gaming at MLG Columbus. It was like Blink Shivas OD. I won them games. So it's pretty cool.
You've got a Ghost Scepter now on Bevy too, so it'll be pretty hard to kill. March almost has his BKB. You're just seeing a ton of items stream in. You've got, I assume, wait, he just bought the Talisman of Evasion, right? I figured he'd have a little bit more farm than this.
Just the Talisman.
Yeah, so he's got a Talisman. But it still helps because there's no MKB on the side of Fnatic, and the item progression of Black has really slowed down because of that buyback, and just the amount of fights that they've inefficiently taken. Like, I actually think this Clinks is just going to build something like a Hex, and just turn it into like full utility at this point.
Yeah, that makes a good amount of sense, especially if like his target would usually be like the Wisp or somebody, right? He just blinks in, Scythe, Solar Crest, and just pops him as soon as he can.
Do you agree, Zai? Do you think that he can really play the 1 or 2 position anymore?
I mean, I don't think the Clinks fits into this lineup at all anymore. It was already a bit wonky, but since the lane went so well in the early game, it kind of worked. But then once he started falling off, it's kind of just been,
it almost just felt a little bit too greedy. Like, if you had a core that could space crate or initiate for Fnatic, because that's where they seem to struggle right now, is actually starting the fight. Like, they even had to invest a Blink Dagger into their Bristleback.
Yeah, I mean, it's what we talked about when they drafted these heroes. Like, I pointed to Game 3 as a reference where they had Darkseer and Leshrac as team fighting heroes. But Clinks and Bristle really doesn't offer the same thing that those 2 heroes did. So they're running into the issue where getting on top of Jarl and Lina is what they have to do, but it's getting progressively harder. Because, well, for one, Febby started realizing they can actually really get out heroes, and then MVP is just starting to play around it better.
It's going to be an early Roshan that could be favorable for MVP teams who currently have a pretty good control of the map right now.
Everybody's coming in from Fnatic right now. They've got a Haste Rune too. This is probably going to be one of the determining fights, because if Black dies in this fight, they know that his buyback is down for quite some time. But at the same time, I don't think Fnatic can afford to just give him the Roshan for free.
QO, they keep trying to go for him. but he seems
going to the
have
high
enough
ground.
game sense to always stay back in time.
There's so many picks right now.
Oh, QO, he's going to run right into this one. Shiva and the Winter's Curse both laid out. QO, oh, relocate back. He's actually going to stay alive, even the Finger of Death being wasted. And now they're going to charge back in. March is going to try and force this fight. He goes for Net first and tries to lock that support down as best he can. It looks like Net will end up falling here. No, the ultimate out for Black. It's a beauty. It locks down 4, and Net's going to be able to survive. Now QO, the next target though. The Wisp is keeping alive. Bushi's dropping low. Heen is also healing everybody up. MP ends up going down in the end. Febby could not save him. Net is somehow still alive. Battling it out with the Wisp will finally go down. Tetherway, not an option. Heen will now have to TP back out. Left hand side. QO trying to get away, but won't escape from the Scotty. Has to Bloodstone Suicide.
Kind of weird engagements. I felt like it would be fine after Luna got relocated out, but then I think the Medusa ult just turned things around. Pretty much everyone from MVP side got caught in the stone gaze and just got solo these rifles.
Yeah, they committed after the Winter's Curse, and I think they had the same idea. Like once the Winter's Curse is done and we've relocated, we can just turn around. But that, I think MP actually played a little bit too forward. Like if he doesn't get caught by that stun, I think he can deal a lot of damage in that fight. And the Lion actually did way too much work in that fight. Like he got every single one of his abilities off.
He was supposed to die to the Bristleback with his BKB, but March got caught in the stone gaze while trying to go for the Lion, so they couldn't finish him off. If Lion dies there, they use like 50% of their team fight on him. Or I guess it's some...
Whoa, what is this relocate? They forced out the glyph right away. They gotta be careful though. Febby cannot afford to go down here. MP, he's being healed up. Stay alive, 3 more seconds. Wow. They just forced that one. Looks like DJ, they're gonna go on him as well, but this is not the engagement. In fact,
They're gonna lose him for sure.
yeah, he's gonna be slowed down enough. Shiva's trying to slow everything down. He does.
Oh, he actually gets out.
TP way. Winter's Curse.
Nope.
Nope.
Alright, Dota 2.
That was such an awkward play.
I think they just Winter's Curse either. I think it's worth it. Because it's not like the Dying has buyback or anything, but I still think the Roshan is going to go down for sure. And this is a big one too, because she's and Aegis, and they've got heroes that can utilize both of them.
Second agent now for the Bristleback. Oh boy, he just blinks so aggressively. They have the damage. Laguna Blade, Shiva slowing him down. The physical is not going to be enough though. Looks like GJ. No, QO's going to commit to this one. He really wants to take out that Aegis, but now he's going to be caught. He's locked in by Net. They finally take away that Aegis, but QO's going to go down as well. Febby, he didn't have relocate for another second.
I think it's okay though, because if they had the Aegis, they probably would have been able to siege pretty well. Without the Aegis, they probably can't go high ground.
I actually think that was a good play, because your Bloodstone Lina is going to come back pretty soon, and there's no way in a straight 5-on-5 engagement that you're going to be able to take him down twice.
Okay.
Like, I think that's weirdly okay.
Yeah, it turned out okay, even though maybe the initial plan wasn't that good.
March split pushing, relocate back. Heen is going to TP away, and Febby's relocate is not really needed. DJ, I think, knows there's no possible way he gets that kill. Bushi, he thinks he can get it. Ghost Scepter. Oh, the Finger of Death.
All right.
Right as he relocated back to the fountain, too.
Sure, man.
He really should have. I think if he just Glimmer Capes or runs away, because there's no reason for him to be in that area in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, there's no game there.
I mean, I think he was just toying around with Fnatic. Like, he tapped as a creep and he was, look at me, guys. I'm gonna disappear in 2 seconds. So.
It feels like one of those things where MVP Phoenix, just everything seems a bit desperate. You know, like the relocate up to the top lane to try and like push down to tier 3, and then back up to do Roshan or something, and then like that play trying to draw more time for the top lane to push in. I feel like MVP Phoenix are still okay in team fights, but they're acting like it's a lot more of a desperate occasion than it is.
They're not even that behind in net worth.
I'm starting to get really scared of the Dusa, I think. Yeah. Like it's starting to crack their confidence. They resort to these like split push kind of moves, which don't really work out, but they feel like they have to do something in order to win. Normal late game is gonna work anymore. because the bristleback is no longer the biggest problem for them. It's the Medusa now that actually deals damage.
NP slowed down. It's going to be revealed by the dust as well. TP out, but Winter's Curse makes sure. And again, the attempted split push play gets punished.
I think they're definitely panicking more than they have to right now. And they're just getting a little bit sloppy. Like, when it came to net worth, they weren't even far behind, if at all. Like, until the very end there, it was pretty much like up to 0. And when it comes to XP, it was in a similar position where it was nearly 0, but like 4 pickoffs in a row turn it into a 5k net worth difference and a 7,500 experience difference, which is fairly significant. That's like 1 full level. And they don't have to do this though. They're playing it way too aggressively. There's no reason for them to have to do this. They can just kind of chill out. There's no Aegis on the other side too. Kyo's even going to go in. He knows the winner's curse is on TV.
Yeah, it's got that fresh BKB he wants to try and use, but Black's got the MKB that's pushing back these heroes.
He's got a cheese too.
12 more seconds until the Throw Rangers back up. Desperately needs that source of damage. QO's just trying to buy for time right now. DJ, though, is focusing on that melee racks. He's being brought a bit low, though. Got to be careful. That Laguna Blade's ready to go. Now, the pursuit. They're going to see if they can catch somebody. Net comes forward, misses the disable. March just charges right through. Everybody goes straight for DJ. Now turns. Ultimate. Where's it going to go? Goes onto the bristleback. Now he's just going to try and make an escape somehow through the trees, but too much of a slow, too much physical damage. They're going to be able to get him. The left-hand side. Febby. Oh, no. He's caught in the Winter's Curse with MP right-clicking him down. He kills his ally. QO goes down. Buybacks. It's not going to mean much. MP. He's going to get away, but he... Nice Glimmer Cape TP out. That actually keeps them alive, but still, they've lost QO and their Spirit Breaker. Fnatic didn't lose a single hero, and they'll push in and cripple MVP Phoenix.
Kind of a weird start Q Glimmer. They just kind of run in there with his BKB popped. Didn't really do anything with it. Just kind of run in there. And it's just, we reached the point where Medusa could just safely hit your towers. You can't really damage her because you have the Wyvern supporting her, you have the Y stunts and his crown control. Medusa can just do these things. And then when Medusa's doing this stuff, you get antsy, you get pressure to do stuff, which leads to like, awkward engagements.
MP locked up, they're just focusing on the Raxes for now. Fnatic know they're in a great position. Need to make sure they don't get too overly aggressive. DJ, Silver Edge on him, but just so happens the Silver Edge duration coincides with Cold Embrace so well. It's just like a direct counter to it.
And it's like, even though you disable the bristleback ability, you still have like 43 armor. So, I mean, you're not going to be taking too much damage even though your back's disabled.
Now he's going to get Abyssal. So he's got Blink, Abyssal, Shivas. AoE slow, single target stun.
There's a butterfly now too completed on the Medusa, and there's no MKB or anything to speak of on the side of the Drow Ranger or the Lina.
There's your Scythe of Ice.
Yeah, the Hex. I think the Hex makes a really big difference too, because they know that MP doesn't have a BKB, and he won't for quite some time, and they can just blow up Febby first actually. And the line can just kind of go in with him. They don't even really have to take an efficient fight. As long as they kill one of those two cores, like the Lina or the Drow, MVP are in a lot of trouble, because those are their 2 primary damage dealers out of the way. And they're not very tanky either.
Oh boy, QO. He just somehow got himself in the middle of 5 heroes. Literally got surrounded, and now 70 seconds on the clock. They're going to try and catch more here. Febby tethers away. Has to go Sep to be able to dodge those extra hits. If he wants out of the air, he has to relocate. And that's only going to buy him.
They have any reveal? Yeah, they have a gem.
They have a gem.
They're going to try and tether to MP, it looks like.
Shouldn't work.
No. Hexed instantly. And now, 2 heroes down for MVP Phoenix, and only 1 laner Rax left.
They don't have the buyback on the Lina available either, and I don't know how they're going to hold this. Like, even in an ideal scenario, it's going to be a little bit too difficult.
Oh, he's going to go on the
go for the pick off here. He's going to kill him so quickly.
Yeah. Oh, no!
The evasion!
Solar or the evasion of Talisman. He managed to survive Silver Edge, though. He's still seen by the gem.
Yeah, and that's both of the damage force out of the way without buyback.
So Mega Creeps will be obtained by Fnatic. And MVP Phoenix, even with their Draw Ranger, seemed to be off to a decent start. Wasn't able to end the game well enough, and Fnatic, they're going to New York. In a full 5-game series, they managed to pull out the win just barely over MVP Phoenix and will be your representative of the Southeast Asian division.
Do we type GG? What's the common do?
If you want to, you can go for it, Zai.
It's too late already. I missed my chance.
What was he gonna do?
Type GG.
Oh.
That's the player coming to life. All right. That is not it for us at all. Actually, a half an hour, and we are going to be starting the European games, which is going to be Vega Squadron versus Ninjas in Pajamas. So we have another best of 5 ahead of us. Zai, thank you for joining us, man, for the Southeast Asia games. Do you have any shout-outs or anything you want to give?
Shout out to Black, traveling the world, winning Dota. Shout out to March. Shout out to March. Okay, needs to deal with Q on a daily basis. That must be rough. That's enough.
All right. Thanks, Zai. That's it. We'll see you guys in another half an hour for the European finals.